Hello, everybody. It's that time of the week again. It is your illustrious hosts, Dragon's Fury and Infernal Drake.
Hope you're all doing well.
And yeah, stuff.
Oh,
You know,
jeez.
it's you guys been here long enough, and for our new people, thank you, welcome, join the fun. Um, this whole show is based off of stream of consciousness, essentially. So it's whatever that comes to my mind is how I do the intro. Yes, I try to have it the same, generally speaking, but sometimes my brain just doesn't work. That being said, shout out to Apollo
I'm
Black.
most of the time he succeeds.
Yeah, um, shout out to Apollo Black for getting our content out there more. Um, yeah, I was trying not to throw shade at the Discord
Why why
because
throw shade?
because they are getting more than we are getting from them, and it just kind of felt a kind of way. Or you know what, fuck it, I'm throwing the shade. So
Oh boy.
the Discord being like, okay, it's Apollo's Discord that I mod for him,
Okay.
with apparent, I'm not the only one, but I swear I'm like the only one that does a damn thing, right?
That sounds all right.
So Um, so I mod the Discord and I mod the live streams when I can, because he does it in the middle of the day and I'm at work. So,
Yeah.
but I mod the live streams, and so we have the server. The whole server was meant for um, everyone that came from his various content. So like his uh, his show that he was doing a while back. All of the like Fortnite people, the COD people, the Twitch people. Basically, it's just supposed to be like a hub, right? And which is great.
Yeah.
And so we have all these people, and like as people came in and like started finding him on like YouTube and stuff like that, they started joining up in the Discord. If that you're saying, because we do limit who can come in. It's you have to be of age, no kids, obviously. So it's all adults, and you have like your various people who come in for whatever the reason. Now there is, well, a solid like 60 people, including us, right? That's in this server.
Yes.
And our numbers don't reflect that. And I remember I was talking to Nightwolf about this, that the reason why our content isn't where we want it to be is mainly due to the lack of support we have from people that we thought would support us more. And it's mildly infuriating, because it's like, we're putting in the work, obviously, because you can't just like expect something to come and you don't put the effort into it. Apollo's
Of
been
course.
doing this longer than I have. I tried before him, but he kept it consistent longer than I did. So
Yeah.
he was going steady with consumed by TV. He was going steady with the COD stuff. He was going to stay flat. And then you had on my end, well, because you were with me for most of it. The our Destiny time, you know the Mixer time, when Mixer was around. Like, we were trying to get on that bandwagon, which I feel like if Mixer survived longer and like actually held its own, I think we would be
We d-
maybe
we
top
definitely would
100.
have we definitely would have been doing a lot more streams for sure.
But I feel like we would have been in like one of like the top 100, because like we it's because it's like people who are doing Kick right now. You're
Kick.
at you're at
Oh, right, the
the
new one.
Yeah, the new one, right? You're in that building stage of the community, so like everyone that's coming with you and everyone that's there with you are the ones who are going to be there while you like grow, and it's going to build from there. And like, essentially the platform's building around your content and other people who are on that pioneer stage of the platform. And I feel like we were a part of that for Mixer, because it was so easy for us to get to it, with it being directly coming off of our Xbox. Now, don't get me wrong,
Plus,
I'm not
plus
saying the
also the
quality was
setup
great.
was the quality wasn't great, but the setup was good to have like multiple streams at once
That
on
and
one
that's what
page.
I thought. See, that's what I thought was going to be the selling point to really like make it like make them, I'm not saying in direct competition with Twitch, because Twitch is like Disney of streaming.
Mhm.
No matter how many other people there are on that same like field, no one will do the same as Twitch. And just like Disney, people can fucking hate your guts and it won't matter. Like, I'm team anti-Disney. I hate Disney with a passion. Like, their business model is the most horrendously dictatorship thing I've ever seen. And it doesn't matter because they have such a stranglehold of what they've created and similar things that no one else can compete. Like, there's no one else that comes close. So you just have like this empire of a company, and essentially that's what Twitch is for streaming. And yes, I understand that like people may argue for like YouTube, but the reality is that YouTube is one of those like ditto platforms, and for our Pokemon people, you'll understand that. But essentially,
Ditto.
YouTube changes with what is wanted from like the general sphere of society, right? Because for the longest, early YouTube was, shorts and memes, right? And
Yeah.
then you had the music era when they started getting all of, the various, music videos from these artists who are starting to like go in a more digital pathway and start saying Vivo was big. That was a big thing on YouTube. It really took off with a lot like lyric videos. That's how a lot of channels were all of the lyric videos of the popular songs that were going on. And because for whatever reason we were all obsessed with like knowing the actual lyrics for these songs, and then now we just don't care. Like, we'll just listen to stuff that we don't even understand and just be like, yeah, that's my favorite song. It's amazing how we matured. um
K-pop as finest.
K-pop at its finest. And so that stuff. So it's like, I really thought that Mixer was going to be like, hey, here's something different, right? Here's something that no one else is doing, and we think that is something that would be, catering to a need, which, in my opinion, I feel like was a need. Because right now, I have 4 to 5 people that I watch on Twitch that could be live at the same time. And outside of literally having 8 million tabs open and resizing them to look like a freaking goon cave,
Goon Cave?
you don't want to know.
Okay.
If you know, you know. If you don't, it's fine. And so, like, I don't want it looking like I have no life, or I'm like trying to hack the Pentagon or something with all of these screens, or like I'm spying on people. But to have it in one nice, neat thing, and
You're saying that wasn't what you were doing that one night?
shh.
Because you had what, like 5, 6 monitors? It's like, yeah, no, you look like you're ready to hack something.
Oh yeah, for work. Yeah, no, I definitely not even look like I was, because I was admins for a lot of those systems, so I pretty much was hacking things. For
I
all intents and
control it
purposes,
all.
that's what I was doing. Like, yeah, no, I was full blown admin. Like, that wasn't just like, oh, hey, see, that's what I hated. It's like, sidebar. That's what I hated about that job so much, was the fact that I'm doing like your level of work for the below level pay. It was
Yeah.
it was fucking bonkers, right? So it's like what my job title was hey, we will tell people that you're having a problem. Like, did you use the sources that are on the website? Did they work? No? Okay, someone else will get in touch with you. That's what my job title said, right? But what I was fucking doing was literally everybody else's jobs. I was doing admissions jobs. I was doing the registrar's office job. I was doing tier 2 IT's job. I was doing transportation job for a hot minute because someone called me asking me where the bus routes were for the campus. And I was like,
Wait,
I don't
what?
even live in your state.
Yeah, why? Do these people not know how to use Google?
Yeah, no, they didn't. No, they didn't. And they were in college. And so
Dear
I was
Lord.
like, yo, how are you existing as an adult is beyond me. And so like it was a
This is
mess.
this is why people are afraid for the future.
It, if you can even call it a future, like
Well, it's
uh,
something.
this is nine rings of hell. Everyone's just in hell collectively.
Uh,
Um, so back to the thing about Mixer. So like with us being, as early as we did, because it's pretty much like we got the notification when it dropped and we started using it. We were, playing together. Everybody has like, the different point of views. You can, jump to whoever. I like to believe we're very active and interesting people for the most part. At least the individuals who support the show now think we are. So I would like to believe other people before now would have thought the same.
thank you, people.
And I'm like, okay. So the fact that like fizzled out like before our eyes, like while we were actively saying, I feel like if we were able to keep that platform going, like keep going on that platform while that was developing and becoming better, I would love to imagine that we would be like medium popularity. Because mainly the reason why I know it wouldn't be like high popularity, because one, we moved too much. At least I moved too much because rent kept raising. Granted, we would probably have had more money, but it still would have, like, those events were still happening, and it still would have been like, I'm sacrificing too much because I still have to move again, and then like family stuff and like whatever, and me getting married to Mermaid and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Um, so I would like to believe we would have been higher up. And this isn't just me, like tooting our own horns or whatever. I was going back
Toot toot.
in like my Facebook feed. I'm gonna say like 2 3 weeks ago, right? And it was because me and I were remembering a contest that we were a part of way back in like high school um time for
Jesus.
me. And it was,
Yeah,
and we were talking
back in
about
my
how,
day.
yeah, but it's really, really indeed back in my day, because that was a solid what? That was
Oh God.
20, no. Um that was 10 years
Uh.
was that was well over 15 years ago.
Oh God. Well, time for this
Um
gray hairs to start popping out.
please, I'm not going gray until I'm like 56.
Well, I'm ahead
Um
of you. Woo.
I don't know. I'm keeping these luscious locks and cornrows, and as long as I or if I have or if I put braids in, and the so it was a car modeling like contest with Ford, so we were designing different cars and whatever. And so I was just like thinking back and like just reminiscing of stuff. Is like, I really think that the reason, like, we could have gone so much further in that contest if the people on our Facebook actually like helped, right? And I get it. We're all this, everyone's the same. You'll see some random link that someone posted on Facebook about some game that they're doing saying, "Hey, click here." So like no one really wants to do it, right?
Yeah.
But if you see it multiple times and then like we're not just like posting random links is like boom 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 boom, we're actually telling us like, hey, we're in this contest right now, we literally need you to follow
Help
this
us.
link so that we can get higher up into the the leaderboards and whatnot, and then we get higher along in the competition. And like there's things that come out of this, right? And so if we had more people actually do that, shit, my Facebook left alone, because at that time, it's like literally everyone I ever met for like the past 6 years. So it's like people, like everyone in middle school, everyone in high school. That's a whole graduating class worth of people that if they just took 6 seconds, clicked the link, didn't even have to read anything after that. You just had to follow the link. It wasn't even like you have to complete this offer and then this is how they get their rewards. So no, it was literally, hey, go to this page, like, right? Just like you do with any other picture on any other social media. And so I'm going through, and while I was looking for that contest, I'm seeing all of my posts that I was like, oh, hey, going live, come join, blah, blah, blah. Going live, come join. And it was
Check
like
out the stream.
consistent. It was like every day that we did it. And then there would be like a break because that would probably be like the weekends or whatever. And then it would be back at it. So it was like, I was consistent when I tried to do this the first time. And I put in the time, and I got nothing to show for it because I had shit for dick of any kind of support from my so-called friends and slash associates. And I and then I was like thinking whatever, and then that's when the mixer thing came out. But I was like, that's what like it kept happening, and that's really ultimately that's why I stopped doing it, because it's like, if no one is consuming what I'm making, why am I going to continue to make it, right? That's just a waste of time. So what was the point? So I stopped, and then I started doing other stuff. I started doing basically agency work. I started like linking other people up for jobs. One of my good friends at the time, I would say we're acquaintances now because I haven't talked to her in like, yeah, question mark time, because she's out being a superstar. Because she has her own business and everything, and like she's booked out for like months. Like it's a whole thing. Like one of those things where you're like, I'm glad you're succeeding. Like that in and of itself brings me joy. Just knowing that you are succeeding is enough for me. Like you don't even have to talk to me. I'm just happy that you
It's just,
are.
yeah,
Someone's
like
winning.
Yeah, someone has made it.
Someone's making it. Like, we're all taking so many L's. I'm glad somebody has the W. Yes, I would like it to be me, but I will take
Same.
this. I will take this copium from this thing. Same with my my other friend. He's out in California. He was performing, doing dancing, and he started his own like brand and whatnot, and he's again out being a superstar. And I was like, copium, 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 I need it. I need it. This is the only thing that makes it worth a damn. And so like I remember I had linked her up with like a job, and she was like, because of course she wasn't a shitty person, she was like my best friend at the time, and like she was like super like thankful. She was like, I would have never like found this job, I would have never gotten this far. I was like, yeah, I get it, but also you're fucking amazing. You would have found it eventually. I just kind of like kickstarted it, right? So I didn't really feel like I did much.
Give that a little nudge.
Like I was just like, hey, I'm already looking for a bunch of shit for like my work that I'm doing. Oh, hey, here's something that someone else is looking for. By the way, oh, I know a guy. In this case, it was a girl, but still, I manifested that I know a guy. And so it's like and you can see all the support that comes through, and you know, like people or whatever. And I was like, where's mine? Where's my niche group of people that are going to just ride through this craziness with me? The current ones that are in the show, we need you to keep it going because you're great. I saw the numbers like really jump like last week. That was crazy. So you guys, I think I'm starting to think we have a bunch of binge listeners, and they'll like wait a couple weeks and then like spam through stuff.
I get that. I've done that with podcasts before.
I mean, no, like I'm not judging. I just find it hilarious because again,
judgment.
I look at the numbers every so often, and then I'll see like, oh, these episodes haven't had any plays on them. Hey, and 444474410 I was like, oh god, where'd you all come from? And it's all within that hour. And I was like, okay, cool, yay. They still like our stuff. They don't hate us. I'll make more episodes then.
yeah, it's always reassuring to see that.
So I was like, okay, they don't hate me. I'll make more episodes. And yeah, so yeah, I was just like, but like, it's so crazy seeing mind you, this is not what I had as the topic of the day.
But I sure became it.
But this is what it became. It's just the growth of streaming. A lot of the people who are taking. So, do you know about Sketch and Jinxie?
Trying to Sketch and Jinxie. No, I do not.
Okay, so they're basically like one of like, I think Jinxie, if Sketch hasn't taken it, Jinxie, it was not the #1 streamer
really?
On the platform, and I think Sketch is like on the way of taking that from him, but like Jinxie knows Sketch and like like sketches stuff as well. So it's not really all that like pertinent,
Is
whatever.
it?
Because
It's like
people,
a friendly rivalry. Rivalry.
if that, if that,
Okay.
because like the value of like being number one is like more important to the fans than it is the actual creator, because the creator is just like, I'm just glad I got stuff, right?
Yeah.
They're just like, okay, I can pay my bills, like I can do the things that I want to do with no problem, right?
Yeah.
And
That's always a
it's
good feeling.
always it's interesting to see these stories because it seems like they kind of just like come from nowhere. It will just be like, hey, the people that already knew who they were because they had found them early on, and then that one clip that just goes viral for God knows reasons why, and then boom, this influx because everyone gets that exposure, and they're like, hey, this is someone I like, cool, now they have all this support. Oh, I wish that happened for every streamer on the platform. Like I wish everyone had that burst of popularity to continue the channel, because I feel like there's a lot of channels that have gone under because they they've just lost hope for it, and like there was nothing to show that the mild effort it was even happening. And I remember Jinxie's I saw a interview of him. He was saying like before he like popped off or whatever, he was like streaming for like a year, like just every day whatever, to like one dude, right? And then that thing happened, and like someone caught wind, the right set of people caught wind, and then he just took off. And I was just like, cool. But like,
I
where
mean,
is that for like
that's
everyone
definitely some
else?
dedication.
Well, no, that's yes, that is dedication. But like, I still think that's like the outlier though, of
Yeah.
like things. It's like, yes, a lot of the mainstreamers are talking about how many hours and all this time that they're putting in, and I was like, cool. But like, for an industry or a like section for things shouldn't have all of the successful people on the fringe, right? In my opinion, I feel like for example, like tattoo artists, right? They in one after a tattoo artist comes in their own, and like they do their apprenticeship, they get their practice or whatever, and they start taking on clients. It takes off, but like they can they can find like a nice niche people, and then it's word of mouth or whatever, and then they have client and steady work or whatever. Yeah, they're not the most famous or whatever, but it's still enough flow and steadiness of like people are like, oh, this is who did my tattoo, this is who this. I was like, see if you like him for this, but if not, and like see, it's like there's a lot of different ways to support a lot of industries, and I feel like streaming and YouTube and any of the like media platforms have this weird relationship with society. And it's confusing because you'll never truly understand it. Like the internet will be on your side in 1 hour and then literally want you dead the next hour. And that's just very interesting to me. But it is what it is.
Like
It's kind of just one of those things.
it's such a flip.
It is such a flip. And I understand, like, yes, dualities exist. Like, more than one thing can be true. But it's very hard to believe that someone can go from, hey, I absolutely adore everything and anything that comes from this particular outlet, to allegedly alleged. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure that a lot of these quote unquote scandals that come out or whatever are legitimate, and when the right people do the proper investigation and like digging, and the truth it has come out, cool, yeah. If you don't support what they're doing, or if they're a shitty person, that's that. But it's alleged, right? People will run with just the idea that they may have done something wrong, or may have done something that might have been icky. It could be completely and utterly false, but the collective of the internet will run with everything negative instead of running with anything positive. and that's just more of a testament to us as a species, and it's very disheartening.
It really is. Because whenever that happens, like people just have to really watch what they say because it doesn't matter what you say, someone will take it out of context in any sort of situation.
In of course, taking it out of context, but even in context,
Yeah,
like damn, like you missed the point entirely. And like you have people watch something, they'll say it'll and like I know this is an exaggeration, but like it's not an exaggeration at the same time. They'll listen to like 2 plus 2 is 4, and then
it's not fish.
and spew out being like, oh, they're lying to us, they're trying to control us, and you're like, how did you get a conspiracy theory out of basic math?
Right? They watched they listened to Crocker too much.
And like, well, see, his conspiracy theories were real, so
Well, minus the 2 plus 2 equals fish.
yeah, well, yeah, depending on who's at the
Uh,
helm.
I mean, unless you're counting how many letters are in fish, and then
Well,
that's
right,
four.
but when you have like unlimited magical power, you can make 2 plus 2 fish, and like he did with bare hands. It's like, oh look, bare hands. A terrible pun, but with the right kind of power, you can make anything you want it to be, whatever it is. And I was like, what?
Mhm.
But yeah, no, it's a dangerous time to be like in this field. And what really really sucks, is that this was my field. Like this isn't something that I did because it's like, oh hey, people are making money doing this, right? Or
Yeah.
it's like, hey, why don't we do this because we're doing all of these things, and like it's just a side thing that became a full thing. No, this is what I went to school for. I i took the media, like the mass comm law classes. I took the PR classes of dealing with if the internet takes something out of context, or if there's a possible scandal, of how to like handle that. Different things for like the different story. Like I took the classes for like storytelling. So like me telling the way stories. Like yes, I didn't have a talent for it, but the level that I do it now, where I literally can make anything interesting, that's from studying and practicing. This is education, and like going to like actual people in the industry, like doing like I did a what was it, like I did a mock audition as one of my assignments. You were a part of one of my assignments. That how-to video we did, it went so well, we convinced my professor what we were talking about was real.
Mm.
Dude, come on. Like this isn't just something I took like, oh, I just wanted to do it on a whim. No. And the fact that I can't benefit from that really sucks because people suck. Like it's like this sucks so much.
Oh, the suck.
All of the suck, and not the fun kind. But hey, we still do what we do. We make it happen. Thank you for being a part of my soapbox rant. We do love you. It's just me just getting steam out of my brain. It's getting crowded in there.
And I am here to be the vocal punching bag.
The first, only if it's at you. This time it wasn't. This episode it wasn't. Usually something you say, I'd be like, no, you idiot. But yeah. So
Go
for
play
our
Destiny.
Patreon, go now. So where do I start?
Oh
We still
no.
got like 1 minute. This is the biggest grade of horseshit I have ever seen put together into a game. This is the script. Like we are delving so deep into the like container to possibly revive our game. Don't get me wrong. I will give credit where credit is due. They are coming up with unique ideas. They came up with unique ideas. Like mixing the classes, mixing, perks in the system and like making it new, go you.
And like it actually looks like it'd be fun.
But also, holy shit, you are grasping for straws. Like, goddamn, you are grasping for straws. So we'll see how it plays out. I'm sticking to my guns. I'm not buying it. If it comes out free somewhere along the line, it is what it is. I'll play for free, maybe. I don't know. I haven't had space for a game for some months now.
Yeah, I think the in between season that they're doing, because obviously they pushed it back. I think the in between supposed to be free to all players.
So I mean like everything.
Well, yeah.
Like they need to make like at this point they need because it's so ingrained in the game, you need to start like making the bulk of the content free to play, and then like the seasonal activities and the pass and all that, cool. Make that your money maker, whatever, your cash grab. But they fucked that up a while ago when they were like, "Oh yeah, Beyond Light." That was the beginning of the downfall for Destiny.
Yeah, no, it really was.
As soon as they did that, oof.
Yeah, it's like honestly, it was like the moment they decided to make Destiny 2 free to play, like that was, yeah, that was game over.
Game over. But for all of our Patreon members, new video is coming through, and it is being uploaded as we speak on this recording, so it will be live as well as this episode. For those who aren't Patreon members, join in for that to get all the bonus content and the Discord access. And for those who are audio listeners, you also get Discord access by subscribing on Spotify. All you need to do is just shoot us a DM of your username for your Discord and what your username is on Spotify. That way we can link you up and add you in. And we will see you for the subscriber episode.
And welcome you to the den.
And yeah, enjoy the fun, bring some fun, and we'll see you then.
See y'all next time.